The events that led to me becoming homeless were when I was 5.5, my mum passed blood cancer. Ended up meeting my stepmum a few years later on holiday, and then it was just 9 years or so, just constantly going on about why weren't I good enough at school, why couldn't I do better in this subject, why weren't I more like this kid at school. And yeah, just ended up getting a bit too much. Turned around at 16, like I say, and said, that's it, I've had enough, I'm out. Packed my bags and moved into hostel. Well, when I moved out, like I say, I went into a hostel and I ended up staying there for 2 years. It was a hostel in Oysterfields in St Albans, a 18 to 25-year-old. And it was a good place, you know. Got your bed in your bedroom, your living room all in one room. You had your kitchen built in, a little bathroom for yourself. So, I mean, privacy's quite a nice one in there. You know, you're not sitting there having to share the same toilet as someone else. You're not sitting there having to be like, right, well, someone else is using the kettle. It's good, you can do what you want when you're in your room, but when you're out of that room and you're in the living room or you're in the office, you're in the back garden or even out front, you are part of the hostel and you represent that hostel. So if you're going to live in one, best understand that it's not a case of you or it's a case of someone else. It is a group thing. You're all in there together, so you've got to make the most of it together. It's daunting. It's quite scary, you know, you're sitting there, you're thinking, right, well, am I doing the right thing? Who have I got to talk to when, you know, something gets a bit too much? Got myself a little one-bedroom masonette now, you know. It's not too bad. It's a roof over my head at the end of the day. That's all I can really worry about. Yeah, when I got my own place, it was daunting. Same again as being in the hostel. You know, it's an unpainted, didn't have carpet, no curtains, nothing. It was just skeleton, as they say. And it's been 2 years. Just about started painting my living room. Got carpet and curtains now. Got a nice big bed, so, because at the end of the day, like I say, you can do what you want. You can go out and get absolutely slaughtered, come back at 2 o'clock in the morning and just about stumble upstairs. You can. But you'll probably get a complaint off the council the next day saying that you're making noise at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then it's meeting after meeting, message after message, email after email of, right, can't be doing this, can't be doing that, you're going to get kicked out, you're going to be, you know, homeless. And once you're homeless and you've been in a council place, they don't rehouse you. Or if they do, you've got to wait a decent while. At the end of the day, I was very, very close to getting kicked out. I had to pull myself back, sort myself out, but that risk is there, and I've learnt that risk. Bit of advice for homelessness again is there is a slight temptation to try and make your days a little bit better, shall we say. You've got to learn to say no. There's a fair few things out there, namely one of them being illegal substances. Speaking from experience, they don't help. But realistically, when you're sitting there, you just spent 20 quid on something that's going to go in about 3 hours, or you could have gone and got 20 quid worth of shopping that's going to do 2 weeks. What would you rather spend your money on? If it weren't for the effort and the time that they actually put into what they do, like I say, probably wouldn't be here. My worker from Herts Young Homeless, she was amazing. She, honest to God, she helped me get curtains, carpet, you name it. At the end of the day, I was sitting there not paying my rent, very silly. It was, yeah, silly move, don't do it. Pay your rent, it helps. But yeah, if it weren't for my worker, at the end of the day, again, would have been kicked out, but she helped me sort out all the bills, sorting out who I need to pay and when I need to pay them, making sure I can go to the bank and actually know what I'm doing. You know, anything. Being able to even put food in my cupboard sometimes. Do you know what I mean? I'd sit there for a couple of days and then she'd come round and be like, how you doing? Take one look in the cupboards. Next thing I know, I've got bloody shopping bags full of food and washing stuff, you name it, everything. Anything that you can think of that may be an issue or maybe something that comes up if you do what we do, then these people will help you in everything. I would just say you've got to find a friend or you've got to find a social worker or something. Just someone where they can talk either from experience or they can talk with advice or knowledge. And really sit down and don't be afraid to say what the issue is. What are my goals for the future? Right, well, ideally, I know it's going to sound proper soppy now, but ideally, just to be happy is quite a good one for me. Hopefully have a couple kids when I'm older, you know, a little boy and a girl. Hopefully raise them right, do you know what I mean? I hope they don't have to go through the same roads that I've gone through. Actually have somewhat of a plain sail through life. But yeah, it's scary at the end of the day. It's not something that you're just gonna sit there and think, oh, you know, let's move out of home. It's all suddenly just gonna fall into place. You're gonna end up sitting there having days where you don't know what the hell you're doing. Just gotta keep trying.